Hi, and welcome to another edition of On the Spot. My name is Ronnie Wiley. To my left is Dave Ryckman. David, how are you, sir? He's from the Fayette County Department of Animal Control. And we got Lily here. Well, that's Lily's name for today.
Yeah.
When you adopt her, you can name her. And I've got some cheese in my hand. I think she wants some cheese. But David, tell me a little bit about yourself and where you come from and what got you involved with the Fayette County Department of Animal Control.
I mainly came down, I was originally from Rush County. I moved to Franklin County. Then after a few years, I came up to Fayette County.
So you're doing a kind of a tour of the counties, right?
Yeah. I worked at GCOM, and I had a friend that said something about animal control. And I decided to come and put in for it because it was closer to home. Mm-hmm. It wasn't for the pay, but it was closer for home.
Right.
So then after that, I got the job, and I've been up there ever since '08.
Wow, okay, so you've been up there since '08, so that's 9 years now.
Yes.
And you've seen a lot of changes, I'm assuming, from the time you started to now.
Yes, we have. We try to do what we can to adopt all the dogs out that we can, and cats. You know, whenever we get feral cats, you know, I have farmers call, and we'll take them out to the barns and let them loose. So they can try to take care of the mice and everything down there. We have plenty of cats and kittens right now, and I got plenty of dogs. I got all kinds of dogs. We got about this size here and on up. Now, she's about the smallest one.
I was going to say, would she be considered a small dog, a medium-sized dog? I mean, medium.
About a medium size.
Yeah, she's so adorable. Now, we mentioned earlier that you know, we're calling her Lily for today, but you don't know what her name is, and you found her where?
She's been running around Virginia, around the 20th block on up in that area.
Yeah.
And somebody had her for a couple of days around their house, and I guess she got loose again, and we got her. So.
Now tell me the process of how this works. I mean, I've watched a lot of videos on YouTube when dogs are brought to the shelter. What's your process? You get a phone call? Do you get do you see them out? I mean, how does it work?
Well, most of the time we get a phone call about dogs running loose. We get calls that dogs are not taken care of, you know, all that, and then we go out and check them out. And if we see the dog running loose, if we don't find the owner right away, we'll take it on in. But then if the owner comes and claims it, legally they got 3 days to come and claim it. And we put it up for adoption after that. But I usually give them a couple of days extra, up to 5. And if we're on the weekends, then I'll give an extra day in that area. They can call me, they can call us, leave a message. If they are missing a dog or they see a dog on Facebook at our page, they are welcome to call us and leave a message, and we'll call them back.
Now, you mentioned you had Facebook. What exactly is your Facebook page?
It's Fayette County Animal Shelter.
Fayette County Animal Shelter?
Yes.
So you have that, and go ahead and like that right now on your Facebook to like them. So you have like all kinds of dogs and cats.
Yes.
Do you put up, every time that you get an animal, do you put up the picture right on the Facebook page right away?
We try to do the best we can. Sometimes we run a little short on it. It might take us a day or so, but sometimes I try to get them up there as quick as I can. You know, here lately we've been pretty busy with animals. We're full, like I said, a little bit over full. You know, we got, I don't like to double up on animals because you never know what the other one might have.
Right.
So that we try not to. But whenever we run full, we will have to double up on some of them.
No, what do you mean by double up? What do you mean?
That means put more than one dog in the kennel.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And you got to make sure, do you base them by the size, by the breed?
Well, we make sure that they get along with each other.
Yeah.
If they start growling and fighting, then we got to move them.
Yeah. Sometimes you get those chihuahuas.
Yeah.
They're gonna
yeah, well, the chihuahuas are a different story.
Yeah, those are the most vicious animals. You talk about pit bulls, no, it's the chihuahuas. I'm telling you, those things are vicious.
Well, I got several pit bulls up there. They're the pits that I got are pretty easy going. Now there's a couple of them that act like they're going to tear you off, your leg off or something. But if you get them out of that cage, they act totally different. But we always tell people, do not put their hands up against the cage,
Right.
and just in case one of them acts that way, they can still bite you through the cage, And they, so, we try to make sure we're out there sometimes with them to let them know which one they can do to it and which one they can't.
So, again, you get phone calls. So you
Yes.
get animals like Lily. She seems pretty not afraid at all. Very well mannered. You probably see a lot of abused animals as well.
We see a lot, most of what we see a lot of is abandonment.
Oh, yeah.
People get animals, then they move, and they leave them there at their house. So then we got to come in and check on it and make sure, that they either come back or they don't after few days.
Right.
And if they don't come back and they move everything out and they don't come back in 3 to 4 days, then we have to get the law involved and we go from there. They're pulling the dog away or the animal.
Are they allowed to drop, like if, let's say, for example, somebody moves to a place that doesn't accept animals, are they allowed to drop off the dogs to you? I mean, how do they?
Okay, on an owned surrender, they got to make sure they're up. If they're not up to date on shots, it'll cost them $20. Mm-hmm. But if we are full, you need to try to help us out and try to find somebody that can take care of the dog for a few days until we can get a spot open. Because I try to leave. I got one kennel that I usually left on the outside open for emergency cases. Mm-hmm. But it's not that we don't want an animal up there. It's just if we are full, we just need to try to help one another out.
Right. Now you mentioned about being full. So there are times where even if you get a phone call, you don't go after the animals. What's the process then?
On a stray animal, we do go after it, no matter what. Okay. On a bite cases, we go after them. Yeah. If they get hit by a car and the owner cannot be found, we go after that too. Okay. But on our after hours is emergency cases only. That's not to call us and, well, I got a dog running around up here. That's not an emergency case after hours.
Right. Right. Yeah.
Our emergency cases are like a dog getting hit, animals under distress. If an animal is left people will call up, well, nobody's been there for a few days. Well, we go up there and we see evidence of food and water, and they got shelter. They're okay right then.
Right.
Well, then the neighbors say, well, I've been feeding it. Well, whenever you do that, you're tying our hands because there's food and water there.
Right.
If you want something to get done with the animal, I know that a lot of people think, well, I need to feed it. Right. Well, there's times that you do not need to feed it because whenever we get involved, we like to make sure there is no food and water. Right. If the neighbor's feeding them water, like I said, they are tying our hands. Right. Then they get upset with us because we don't want to take the dog.
Well, and I'm sure you have an instance where people say that they fed the animals, they don't like the animal, and they say they fed it, just try to get the owners in trouble. I'm sure that happens as well. So, So now tell me about when that happens. I mean, I'm sure you have that happen sometimes quite often.
Whenever there's a feud like in between neighbors, we find conflicting stories.
Right.
Okay. And sometimes we'll get the law involved on that to help us out on that.
Right.
Because if the dog is looking healthy,
right,
and there is food and water there and shelter, but if a dog's, we will not take the dog. We got to have proof of it, but we will check on them.
Right.
And everything.
Right. Now again, you got Lily. Somebody reported that she was abandoned, running around by the hospital area, Virginia and 20th. So you get her. She's at the shelter now. Is she bathed, vetted?
They got food and water every day. Mm-hmm. Well, we got automatic water, so we don't have to water them like that.
Right. Yeah.
Unless we have a problem.
Right.
But they get a big a big scoop, a big old skillet full of food.
Wow, I want a big old skillet full of food, Lily.
Yeah.
I mean, she looks incredible. She looks, you know, very, very healthy. Again, you have a vet on staff?
No, now we got Dr. Keyfaber. They help us out some, and we got Animal Care Alliance. If you adopt a dog from us, if we don't get them spayed or neutered, and you just pay for the shots, it's only $30. But we try to throw out the spay and neutering part to you. You know, I'd rather spend $70 and save 10 to get it all done. So that's shots and everything up there through Animal Care Alliance.
So you guys don't necessarily spay and neuter them, or
we do to an extent.
Okay.
You know, we've been doing some of them, but we try to watch what we can do each year. You know, and this year we done pretty good. We had quite a bit of them neutered and spaded.
So you guys get finances from
the county.
From the county, okay,
yes.
And then you also get from people when they adopt. Right?
Yeah, that goes right back into the county general fund.
Okay.
Okay. We do have a donation account where people donate to us, and I just put in an account, and that's where the dog park came from the donations.
And where is the dog park at?
The dog park's right up there on the hill with the animal shelter.
She's just loving every second.
Only thing you got to do is come up, bring your shot records up to us, and I'll give you combination numbers to the gates. And you can go in there as long as you want, as many times as you want during the day. And,
is it just a seasonal thing, or is this wintertime too?
Well, this is the first time we're trying it, so we're going to find out.
We'll find out. Yeah.
Yeah, I just got it built not long ago.
Oh, okay.
You know, the county let me go ahead and get donation fund and get in there and get it taken care of. And we got, we got a place on the south side of our buildings where we got it fenced in too, where we can let the dogs, if somebody comes up interested in one, we can get them to go out and let them play with them out there in the yard without being on a leash. But you can always put a dog on a leash and take them for a walk if you want to. And we will take volunteers up there. What we do up there with volunteers, you know, they will be able to play with the animals.
Oh, that's a perk.
But we do make them do a little bit of chores, you know.
Right. Oh yeah.
you know, like spray the counts out.
Right.
Sorry. And we try to do stuff like that. We might get them to sweep the porch off, spray it off, you know, make it smell fresh up there.
Yeah.
We get them to do stuff like that. You know, anybody. Now, if you're 19 and below, we would like to, whenever you're living at home with the school and you're still in school, we like to have the parents or the guardian up there with them.
Okay.
But if you're older than that, you're welcome to come up and do it.
And volunteer.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And what are is there any specific hours that you're in most need of?
Anytime that we're up there, you're welcome to come up.
Yeah, come on out and help out.
Yeah,
what are the hours up there?
Right now we're 8 to 4.
8 to 4?
Yes, Monday through Thursday, and Friday from 8 to 6.
Wow. So if you want to volunteer, and again, one of the perks is playing with the animals as well. Now all we talked about is dogs. You mentioned about kitty cats too. Obviously, they're, you know, they're.
There's a plus on them.
Yeah. Well, tell me about the plus on the kitty cats.
Well, a kitty cat, you know, you get a cat, and you get it to stay at your house after you get them home.
Right.
You know, just like a dog, you know, you just keep it pinned up or something for a while. But a kitty cat, they're more not as much maintenance.
Right.
You know, you just feed them a little bit, and they go hunt and everything else. Yeah. A dog, you got to take care a little bit more. Right. But you always need to get your shots up on your animals. That's the best thing to do, is make sure that the rabies shots are up, because if we get called out on a dog bite and they are not up to date on shots,
Yeah.
they're automatically right up there on the hill. Then it's going to take you 10 days to get your animal back. Well, really 11
Oh, is
days.
that quarantine?
Yes, quarantine, and it's going to cost you about $40 to get it out. That's just paying. That's paying for the board and the rabies shot.
Now, is that the rabies shots for the dog? What about the person who may be who if
Well,
they've gotten bit?
okay, if they got bit, and we keep an eye on the dogs, and if they're not sick, you know,
Right.
the person don't have to worry about it.
Right.
But on the person, make sure you keep your tetanus shot up to date.
Right.
That will help.
Yeah.
But on the on the dogs, you need to keep them up.
Yeah.
And that way you do not have to worry about them have to come up on the hill.
So now, I mean, again, you don't know. I guess I mean, I've seen YouTube videos of animals that have rabies. You're looking at Lily, obviously not. But is there a like a dormant period before they start, exhibiting signs of?
Well,
rabies?
that's why we keep them for 10 days up there.
Oh, okay. So just to make sure.
Yes, that's why we keep them for 10 days. It used to be 21 days, but then they got it down to 10.
So now, would she not be allowed to be adopted out? So every animal is not adopted out for at least 10 days if you don't know their shot record?
No, if they're up there as a stray or something, legally, like I said, I only got to keep them for 3, but I've been keeping them for 5,
right.
So people will have time to come up.
Right.
And, but you pay for their shots. You're paying for their shots right then. Then what you do, you get the receipt, and you either call Dr. Kefauver up, make an appointment, and take the receipt with you. And then, or you can go to Animal Care Alliance. That's whoever you want to pick.
Right.
And we do have Dr. Jackman on board with us now. So if you live in Rush County or somewhere close to that area, up around Milroy, you're welcome to go there too. Because we got him to accept our vouchers for us. And but like we said on shots, you got to keep them up.
Right, yeah.
The first set of shots is usually good for 1 year. Then the second set is sometimes for 3-year shots, on the rabies. But you got to keep the stemper and parvo going at all time, every year.
Right.
And, and the stemper and parvo, if you get a 3-year rabies shot, you can always go to like Tractor Supply and buy this like a 7-way, 6-way, and stuff like that.
Oh, really? I didn't know they had. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you just is it a shot
or
is it?
Take it in the back of their neck and just give them a shot in there.
Wow.
Yep.
I guess I can do that. Oh, I did not know that. So, again, just using Lily's example because she's so adorable. Is she the norm as far as, again, the stray, and she looks healthy, she doesn't look like... First off, how long has she been in your guys' care?
Well, like I said, she came up a couple days ago. A guy had her. Okay. He didn't want to give her up at that time. It wasn't the owner, it was somebody else that found her. Well, she got away from him, so now we got her up there, so...
Yeah, if you recognize Lily. Yeah.
Hey, if you're the owner of the Lily, you're welcome to come and get her.
Yeah, and we don't know what her name is. And again, you can always name once you adopt her. But she looks healthy. She looks very content as she's laying on our hardwood floors.
Yeah.
But again, so you get animals from all walks of life, from the Chihuahuas up to the biggest of dogs.
Yeah.
How many people volunteer and are on staff?
There's only 2 people that's full time up there. It all depends whoever wants to volunteer and what days they want to come up. Yeah. They're welcome to do that anytime. We don't set no hours for volunteering.
Right.
We just let you make the choice and,
Do they go pick up the animals with you?
No. They're just there to take care of the ones that we know how their temperament is and all that.
Right. And now, have you? Again, I've seen this many times on YouTube and on Facebook. People posting, animals that are real matted. Do you guys have to, do grooming and right away, or?
Well, sorry. There's a couple times that I had some animals that was really bad shape, and all I got to do is call a couple of places around, and if they got time, they'll groom it for us, and and they will not charge us for that. you know, that's just they're helping us to try to get the animal
Right.
healthy looking and backed up to date the way they should be looking, you know. And they, you know, Brittle Petite and Lisa McAllen, they both will help us out.
That's awesome.
And I tell you what, they're, you know, it's nice to have people that will help out.
Right.
Giving them baths. Like we had one hound dog we had on the radio up at the radio station one day, and the person kept on saying it stunk, you know. And Mark McAllen called me. She said, "You just bring that dog up here." And we brought it up there, and they made her smell pretty.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Put a bandana on her and everything.
Oh,
else.
wow.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah.
So now, again, you get dogs and kitty cats. Any other animals that, because it's animal control. I mean, I've got tons of skunks where I live that just go around, or, you know, where I live at all the time. I'm sure you don't want them.
No. You know, if you got a problem with skunks, it's usually you need to call a wildlife.
Right. Well, they just look at you and start digging, and they take off. They
can dig. They can dig underneath your foundation.
Oh well, I bet. Yeah, well, I live in an apartment, so I need to probably tell them.
Well.
But yeah, we have skunks, and then you see the opossums. You see all kinds of animals around here.
Yeah.
But you guys don't go pick up wild animals.
Now, if they are hurt or something like that, we will try to do what we can for them.
Yeah.
You know, like if one of them gets hit by a car and they're still about half, we'll come up, we'll pick it up and have to put it probably down, you know.
Yeah.
We can't do a whole lot with them.
Right, that's true.
You know.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, and we we don't do this very often, but somebody called on a baby skunk that was in a window well on the basement.
Wow.
Yeah, and I said, put a board down there and let them try to climb out. Well, the baby skunk didn't know what to do.
Yeah, right.
So I took a real long pole that I had, got the skunk, and wiped and got him out of there.
Yeah, it didn't spray?
Oh, yeah, he sprayed, but not on me.
Oh, good. Yeah, well, sometimes we'll smell ours. Yeah. So, again, anybody can volunteer. You guys do some fundraisers. Any fundraisers that are coming up for you guys to raise some money?
Well, we don't do fun. We don't do it. Well, people that likes to do it for us, they will.
Okay.
Like I had this young girl that did it through school all the time. You know, she walked dogs for people that paid her. She did car washes.
That's awesome.
And stuff like that. And she would get the money up, and then she would buy supplies. Yeah. You know, like dog food, dog biscuits. She bought like 20-some cases of bleach. And we're still on it.
Now, do you guys accept donations from people at any time?
Oh yeah, we'll take donations.
Yeah, and they can just go on up to the animal shelter. Yeah. And what was that address one more time?
1703 Michigan Avenue.
Michigan Avenue.
Yes.
Lily's
and our phone number is 825-8693.
825-8693. That's the phone number. Again, lots of. I guess the question that I have the most is, whenever you adopt, that's got to be a great feeling when you see an animal like Lily, or you see an animal that. Is there any sort of, do they get a certificate that, hey, I was adopted out of an animal shelter?
No. I've been trying to get pictures taken. Whenever I'm trying to do this, but sometimes I don't get it all
right.
done.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Where we get pictures taken with the animals getting adopted, and. You know, it's a good feeling whenever they do get adopted out.
Oh, sure.
And everything. And, we all hope they all get adopted to a good home.
Absolutely.
Now, sometimes it don't work out that way.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to say. Do you guys do any screening on the people that come in?
We don't. You know, we're not private.
Right. You're just hoping for the best.
We're just a county.
Yeah.
You know, so we just hope for the best. And if we get the dog back, we'll get the dog back. Yeah. Another thing is that if you adopt a dog from us, and we see it on Facebook for a sale, we'll come and get the dog.
Oh, I was going to. Yeah, that's
because that's not the way.
Right.
You know.
Yeah. And you've had to do that before, obviously.
Yes, we have.
Yeah, yes. And I'm sure you get some flack from people when you're trying to get that out?
Oh, yeah. Well, we tell them if you don't do it, we'll get the law involved and we'll go from there.
Yeah, you've mentioned that before. You mentioned about the law, and I think a lot of people don't realize, you get the SPCA, which I don't believe we have here in town, but still nonetheless, there's laws against abandoning animals.
Yeah, abandonment and letting your animals run loose. You cannot do that.
Yeah.
You got to keep them on a leash or keep them on your property at all times.
Yeah, and what are some of the punishments of abandonment and letting dogs run crazy?
Well, if you let your dog run loose, you can get a ticket for one for letting them run loose, another one for if they're not have shots up to date.
Oh wow, yeah.
And that can run quite a bit of money.
Yeah.
It can run you way over 200 easy.
Well,
or all 2 tickets.
Wow. Well, the fact of the matter is, if you're going to get a puppy, a kitty cat, whatever animal you have. I mean, we had a raccoon at one time, and just loved that guy. You got to take care of them.
Yes.
You got to get their shots up on that.
If you adopt an animal, or you get one given to you and you take it, it's more responsibility you to take care of the animal than it is for you to take care of yourself.
That's true. That's true.
Because the animal cannot take care of themselves a lot.
Right.
A cat can do a little bit more than what a dog will.
Now, do you guys have any educational pamphlets that you guys give to people on how to properly take care of an animal?
We give them some pamphlets whenever they adopt, and then we got the back of their shot records and stuff. That what we give them, then they can take it to the vet and say, well, the dog had this rabies shot at this time, and we give you pamphlets saying how to take care of them. Like the cold weather's going to come up here shortly, guys. And I tell people, do not use blankets in a doghouse.
No, why is that?
Well, a dog will go out, get snow on them, they come back in,
that makes
melt,
sense.
and then the blanket will freeze. Right. The best thing to use is either wood chips or hay. Straw's good too, but straw will break up but you get to turn it into dust.
So wood chips is good, and hay as well. Again, I would have never thought about that too. You would think that obviously you want to warm the animal, put a blanket in there, but you're saying not to do that because it turns into like an ice blanket.
Right. It'll be frozen solid.
Yeah, and again, try to keep your animal inside as well. I mean, that would probably be the best thing.
Well, if you're one of the people that likes to put your animals inside, it'd be nice.
Yeah, that'd be nice. So you've been doing this for a lot of years. It sounds like you've been doing it all over the area. What are some of the things that people can do if they find that they're one that's getting a little bit too difficult to take care of the animal? What things can they do to make it a smooth transition for the animal? Because obviously it is a traumatic experience for the animal to get adopted or to get abandoned.
Yeah, whenever you abandon one, it's just like, they just lost their master.
Yeah.
And they need loving and all that, and their loving is unforgiving love.
That's right. Yeah. Unconditional.
You can go and you can smack. If you smack them, they'll come right back to you, love on you.
Yeah, that's right.
But don't smack them.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Don't do that.
And they don't deserve no beating or nothing either.
No.
They just.
Lily's beautiful.
I tell you what, I had some dogs that I had at my house. They was in, and I come home. If I had a rough day, the dogs would get up on my lap. I had inside dogs at that time. I don't have any more, but they get up on there and just want you to love on them, and
sorrows go away.
Kind of stress-free like.
Yeah, that's right. You got the perfect job for that. David Ryckman, God bless you, buddy. Lily, thank you very much. Get on out there, adopt this beautiful, beautiful beagle. Lily, you can name her whatever you want. God bless you guys very much, and we'll definitely see you next month on The Spot.